Hello everyone, my name is Lane, and welcome back to another episode of OffLaine here on the Funny Fucker server. We are back. I'm literally in the same spot that I stopped recording in. At least I'm pretty sure. I think I put those up last time. But either way, I hope you guys are doing well. Hope this Saturday is treating you well if it is a Saturday when you are watching this. If it is not, I hope whichever day of the week you've decided to watch this on in the future is going well. Hope there isn't any impending doom of an apocalypse, like our news sources like to tell us. That's a weird opening, isn't it, Lane? Maybe I should restart. No, I'm not gonna restart it. Who cares? Who gives a shit? No one does. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you are enjoying this Neil banging out the tunes day. That is what today is. It is the anniversary of Neil banging out the tunes. Just double check. Yeah, it's still not lit up. I don't know what to add here. Maybe I'll just like bam 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 bam, and I'll add another pillar there. Actually, that might be the best thing I've decided to do. Just fill in an area so I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, not much has been going on my end. Did a lot of college stuff yesterday. So, I pretty much relaxed. Today's another relaxation day. I actually made pizza the other day for the first time since I moved up here. Very fun, very fun. Pizza wasn't the best. I may have put a lot of salt on it by accident, but you know, it was still enjoyable. But yeah, I've been thinking a lot about storytelling and I guess you could say like lore stuff on this server. Like about this server, more specifically. Hey, Robin. Here, I think I can actually set you free in this room. You should be fine. Go free, girl. Go walk around. Oh, she gets freedom and all she wants to do is sit down and sleep. What a baby. I love her so much. But yeah, I've been thinking about storytelling and things along those lines for quite a bit of time. If you know me at all, you'll know that there are plenty of points in time where I talk about when I used to be in a bunch of different roleplay servers, when I used to be with a bunch of different roleplay people, and how those days are behind me, and I don't really do that stuff anymore. But you know, I would be a liar if I said I didn't miss it. Genuinely. If not for the sake of storytelling itself, but then for the people that I met during that time. Because of course, I'll always have personal reasons for... Oh my god, I need to clear my throat before... I need to clear my sinuses before I start recording. I'll always have my reasons for... stopping... being in those groups and on those servers and everything like that. But, again, I mean... I would never say that they changed who I was, or that they didn't change who I was. It reminded me how fun storytelling could be. Because I do love storytelling more than anything. The concept of being able to tell a gripping story that people are invested in. That's why I would want to, that's why I was about to make this video about the dynasty. Because I wanted to, you know what, I'll make the topic about the dynasty. I won't make the, there we go. We're gonna have a bunch of end rods now. Wah, wah, wah. But yeah, it's one of the main reasons why I made the dynasty in the first place. Was because I loved the concept of that kind of storytelling so much. Felt like a lifeblood that I was introduced to, you know? Hi, Wobbin. You want pumpkin pie? Over here. Pumpkin pie. Got too sweepy. She's so silly. But yeah, I mean, like, for me, um, I would say storytelling is extremely important to who I am. I don't know if you guys are able to say the same. Um, but for me, being able to tell a interesting and gripping story is something that I want to get back into. Genuinely, it is one of my favorite things to do. Uh, I guess considering the fact that I put so much effort into I might make all of those trailers and everything that I used to do public again. Uh, like I initially was thinking of doing. Because the server that I was a part of, they don't do, or they oh, I did not mean to do that or that. They kind of, I wouldn't say collapsed as much as they stopped doing lore after a while. And they just kind of made a new server, got a new identity kind of thing. As most uh as most things on as most kind of online groups end up doing. Eventually they decide that they want to get a different identity. Keep the closest ones that are there, but yeah. Sometimes it makes me sad thinking about it. And it still does. Because the people that I met there were really nice. And that brings me back to, like, topic of, like, fucking memories and nostalgia and being sad about things, you know? Because I'll still sit, like, I will still sit there and think about that server for a long time. The people that were there were fun to be around. Of course, every large group like that has its problems. And I'm not gonna shy away from saying that I had problems with it. That's why I left, but that's one of the big things that I would even segue into. Because it's a good example. When I was a kid, I saw uh or when I was growing up a couple of years ago. I'm not saying I'm all grown up now. I am still growing up at this point, but uh but when I was growing up a couple of years ago, I was obsessed with the concept of being able to be a part of these large streamer slash YouTuber groups that did different Minecraft servers and even did like different Minecraft like lore and stuff. I was obsessed with it because I fucking loved watching their stuff. Seeing them be able to captivate people in an audience, and it sounded like I said captive audience, but I didn't. Oh, that was a stare. Oh my goodness gracious. Why did I develop... Hold on, let me pause. Oh man, I did not expect that. But yeah, their ability to captivate an audience like that, hello weapon, was... Honestly, it felt second to none. It was a huge thing. Everyone felt like they wanted to be involved with it. Including myself. But then after a while of like daydreaming about it, I kind of sat there and I was like, you know, I don't think it would be good for me personally to be put into that group. Because then my story would be co-opted into whoever was writing at the time, you know? Like, suddenly it wasn't my story. It was whoever was writing, and then also, you know, my kind of little thing. Which made me think, like, that's why I like this server. I like the Funny Fucker server for that reason. Because if I wanted to make a story, and I wanted to make a compelling piece of lore, or literature, or world building, or anything like that. Yes, Robin, I know, sweetheart. It's dark. But if I wanted to make any compelling piece of lore, storytelling, artwork, anything like that, I need to just get myself out there and then have that audience that I can tell it to myself without having to worry about feeling co-opted into someone else's story. I will admit it does sound a little selfish when I first thought about it. That's why I didn't really think about it. That's why I was like, oh, I could tell the story with other people. But at the same time, no, I can't. If I'm sitting there and if I have a story about the dynasty, for example, and it is a multi-year, multi-stage, multi-location, entire storyline based thing with a bunch of different characters, a bunch of different pieces of world building and history, and it has its own laws, has its own everything. And it's in a different server. Like, let's just take this for example. If you're watching this video, you most likely know of Hermitcraft. The group of funny little hermits that play Minecraft all the time and are really good at it. If by chance I was in that server, my story would suddenly become a Hermitcraft story. It wouldn't be my own. It would feel like my own. I may have more resources from people in the server to make said story. But I wouldn't. I just wouldn't. Pretty much. That's really pretty. I like that. It gives me a feeling that, I don't know if anyone else has a similar feeling, but it makes me feel like I'm responsible for my own success, you know? And I've had this conversation with a lot of people before. A lot of friends who have echoed the same thing. Where they don't want, like, if someone requested that they join a prolific server, they may join, but they would still keep their storytelling and their personality to outside of the server. Because when everything's said and done, they don't want to be known as that one person from X server, you know? Especially if things don't go well in said server. It's a really interesting phenomena. And I don't know how to describe it other than feeling responsible for my own success. In a good way. Because then I know that I'm the only person to blame if something doesn't go well. Yeah, you could blame the algorithm, you could blame YouTube, you could blame Twitch, whatever. When everything's said and done, I was the person in charge of that story. That's another reason why I do this OffLaine series. Because if I do end up starting a story, I want those things to be documented on this website. I don't want to end up having a situation where I end up starting a story, a huge story like the Dynasty, and then it just gets kind of forgotten because nobody's able to see it. It's really scary to me. It's like if you were writing a book and you wrote the book on a napkin. Like a series of disposable napkins that you got from Wendy's. Eventually, either you or someone you know is gonna throw them out, accidentally or purposefully or whatever. They're never gonna get published. They're never gonna get recognized. They're just kind of gonna be there for you to look at and see on your own. Having at least a little bit more of a permanent medium like this allows me to feel a peace at mind, knowing that all of my work, all the hard work I've done, isn't going to go to waste. But yeah, maybe the next episode I do is going to be a Dynasty video. Maybe tomorrow's video will be. Maybe it'll be today. Who knows? I'm not entirely sure. All I'm sure of is that I do want to continue working on it. I'm at a point in time where I need to do something large in the Dynasty. I recorded a little bit of a segment, intending to make it a video with editing. But then I accidentally deleted the time lapse. So there'll be a point where I say that I am starting a time lapse and then it just doesn't start. I don't know. Let me know if you guys want to see that video, edited or not. Regardless. Because I do want to still make videos through the Dynasty. Maybe I'll name it something else. Maybe I'll name the previous one that I did in the Dynasty and this next one. Maybe I'll name it a new series. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll name it like a devlog or something like that. I don't know. If you guys do want to see more Dynasty stuff, please let me know. I would love to make a proper series out of working on the Dynasty, describing my process, and showing you guys what the status of it is. That would be a really fun thing to do. Although, I mean, I do admit there is a long point in time in which I just like I'll sit there and I won't want to work on the dynasty. That's fine. Motivation comes and goes. It's not a fault of myself or anyone else. Then I may need some time in order to perfect it. All I know is that the dynasty is going to take an ungodly amount of time. Whether I like to admit it or not, it is going to take forever to finish. And the only way I'm going to have that motivation is if I push myself to keep going. Which is why I push you guys to keep going. There we go. Maybe I'll add something up here. You know what? I'll add... something like this. But yeah, with the way that the dynasty is going, I'm really excited to continue working on it. I just need to push myself to make the walls taller, because that's something that I've been meaning to do for a long time, but I have not done at all, because it is such a big project. That's why. It's literally like, ugh. Mother, son of a biscuit. There we go. But yeah. Let me know down in the comments if you guys do want to see more of the stuff from the Dynasty, or a proper series from the Dynasty starting. Or the progress, or the devlog, or whatever you want to call it. Because I would love to do it. It would give me motivation to keep going. But at the same time, you know. I think I'll do that on those walls as well. But not right now. I do want to add a little Robin area over here. You deserve it. You're even nodding. Yes, you do. But yeah. Other than that, not much has been on my mind. I think I'm going to end this episode here on a good note. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, go check to see if you're subscribed down below. I would greatly appreciate it. It would help me out. It lets me know that I'm doing the right thing if you do subscribe. And if you really like the video, like it and comment. I'd very much appreciate it. But I will see you in the next video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good one. I'll see you around. Bye-bye.